Hi, I'm on a mission this year to help home buyers get through the process easier. I have been an underwriter for many years. I'm back on the origination side, and I have been for the last year. And I do see a lot of common misconceptions. Things have changed over the years. I want to help beginners, and that means first time home buyers, and it means somebody who maybe hasn't bought a home in a couple of years. Things are changing continually, and I can't tell you how many times I've talked to customers who have said, I didn't have to do this on my last home loan, or why am I having to do this when I never had to answer this question before? Things change. And what I plan to do is give you a good guide to go off of things that you need to start being prepared for. And coming from the heart on this, I bought a home 2 or 3 years ago and I had so many surprises. And here I am. I've been in the mortgage business for years, like since 1986. And still, when I took the time to buy a home, which I kept putting off, when I actually had to go through the process, there were things that I just didn't consider. There's things I wish I would have taken more time to think about. So, what I'm going to tell you at first, what you need to do is just get in your right frame of mind for what do you really want? What are the things that you want in your home, no matter what? And what are the things that might be nice, but you don't have to have them? Like one thing for me was I would have loved to have the in sprinkler system. Some of the homes I looked at, I would have had to water the yard myself. Not a big deal, but I really like the idea of being able to set up a automatic system and not worry about it because the Portland area can get really hot in the summer, and I just didn't want to have to think about it. And that was on my list, and sure enough, I was able to find a home that had that. So start thinking about that ahead of time. Also, start thinking about what you feel comfortable with as far as making a payment goes. As a lender and a broker, I can help you figure out what you qualify for, but that doesn't mean it's the right figure for you. This is something you have to really kind of think about because, on top of what we're looking at, which is your payment, including taxes and insurance and mortgage insurance, if applicable, uh, we're not counting utilities against you for qualifying, but those are some real expenses. And depending on where you're at, if you have air conditioning and you live in a hotter area, your summer costs could go up drastically. It's just something to consider. So try to stay as unemotional as possible and just think about what's really going to be comfortable for me. And start taking notes. Put together a notebook, do something digital, do post-its, whatever it takes, but really start writing it down. Put your thoughts in action. What do you want? What do you care about the most? What payment do you feel comfortable with? What are you worried about? That's one of the first things I ask customers as well is there anything that's bothering you about this? Is there anything that's holding you back? And sometimes what I'll hear from people is, well, I know my credit score isn't right yet. It's probably going to take 6 months to a year for me to get that straight. And we start talking about it, and their credit score is not that big of an issue. What is a big issue is maybe that co-signed loan they did for their cousin, and the cousin still has not made the payments on time, and all of a sudden we have that issue to deal with. So, what you might be concerned about, we won't be, but then there's other things we're more concerned about that you haven't worried about. So I hope that makes sense. It's a collaboration, it's a teamwork situation. And with my background in underwriting and based on everything I've seen, I'm there for you to figure it out, to be your partner, to be your advocate. And I plan to do some pretty short videos just based on income, assets, credit. And so that way you can speed through these. They're not going to be super long. And I'm going to give you some tips on what to do, what not to do, and the basic list of things we need to get you pre approved because you want that. You don't want to be able to say, I'm approved based on what I told my lender. You want to say, I'm approved because I turned in a loan application and then I provided all my income and asset documentation that backs me up and I am pre approved. That is something you want to be able to say, and that is something you want to feel confident about. And that's where I'm going to help you also. So stay tuned for more little, maybe some quick shorts, some longer videos. You can watch them as you want to. And I just seriously want to help you. That's all.